Hello.
No.
Hello.
So can we can start?
Namo Arihantanam, Namo Srikanam, Namo Ayurvanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loe Sabasahunam, Eso Panchanamo Yaro Sabba Pava Padasano, Mangalanam cha Sabbesim, Paramam Havai Mangalam. Okay, okay. Jai Jinendra everyone.
Jai Jinendra everyone.
Jai Jinendra.
Everything must be ready. Can we flash the agenda? Jai Jinendra everyone.
Jai Jinendra.
Thank you for being here bright and early. Well, it's not. So yeah, this is a big day for us. It's a culmination of a lot of that series of activities that happen, around Paryushan, Dastakshan. Before that, we have Narabhishek. So this really is sort of a turning point. It's a milestone, and then we kind of transition into our traditional festivals like Diwali, Dashera, and all of that. But from the Jain perspective, this is a big day. So today we have a pretty packed agenda, and if we can have the agenda slide here so that we can get started. So we'll start off with Tapasvi Bahuman, and then we'll follow on. Now, the sun really amazes me every year. If you look at the graph of our tapasya, and I didn't draw the graph, but if you look at the graph of our tapasya, it goes up every year. And I think it also appears to be that people are on a mission to outdo themselves every year. So this year we have a lot of Mahatapasvis, a lot of people who did 10 upvas and 9 upvas, and we also have kids really. If you look at the whole tapasya, we have ranged from 23-month-old kid doing some tapasya, all the way to people in their late 70s. So it's really inspiring. It is amazing how much the sun really is devoted, and they do it every year. So with that, we would like to start off with the Tapasvi Bahuman. I would like to call all the Mahatapasvis, all the people who have done Atthais and higher on the stage, and we'll have them kind of go through some Q&A. And so yeah, please. I think that, so this is both Paryushan and Dastakshan, right? Everybody please come over to the stage. Alright, so I think we are still waiting. I thought I saw Nitinji and Ekta.
If you see see them, please
Yeah.
ask them to come on stage.
Ekta ji, can you please come up on the stage and also call Nitin ji?
Okay, while we're waiting, we can maybe start. First of all, बहुत अभिनंदन और for the stuff that you have done. Ekta ji, please have a seat here. So we are going to ask a few questions from the audience. I guess I and Jatin will start, but if anyone from the audience wants to join, please raise your hand. I'll be happy to come over to pass on your question.
So the goal is that you all get inspired. I think Jacob, you did that high as well, right?
No, I did more pollution.
Okay, I'm sorry, I think there was confusion.
Yeah, more.
Okay.
So, you have
Okay, so the goal is that all of you get inspired, including us, for the next year.
Yeah, we don't have that much space to the stage, but we would like everyone next year to be sitting here.
No, that's a easy problem. We'll expand the space. It's not a problem.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the first question. And anyone who would like to answer it, just let me know and come by. So everyone is familiar with the phrase food for thought. But they had thought for food. So I'm going to ask them, when you're going through your tapasya, during these days, what were the thoughts that you were going through? Apart from the fact that you were not eating, you had your meditation going on, you had the other form of tapasya that you were doing. So if you can tell the son a little about that. Anyone?
So it's a free format. Yeah. Go ahead and anybody can answer.
So yeah, this is very good question. Thought for food. So like what I experienced first time I did this tapasya, first time in my life, and I used to do only 1 day fast. That also I touched, and 10 days I cannot think, and I was thinking it's not possible without food. So during 10 days I realized when we have food inside, then we have 100 thoughts, and when we have not food inside, we have only one thought. so like means either you do tap, your meditation, and there is very less discussion overall for the mind when we are empty stomach. So it was very good experience.
Anybody else want to?
Judging everyone. The thought that inspired me is like I'm a homemaker. I try to do the best thing, everything in all a way that I can do for my family. The only thought that came in my mind is what I'm doing the best for my soul. And during the pollution day, these are the only days where I can say no to any other work than giving importance to my soul. And that's the way I want to utilize all my power during that time. I'm hoping for the day that someday I can do my master show.
Jai Jain everyone. I think for me, in terms of the thought, it varies from day 1 to day 8. When you start, day 1 usually is the time when food is top of mind. Because that's the first day your body is going through an experience where you are starving it for almost 24 hours. But by the time you get to day 3 and day 5, you start to realize that food no longer becomes a priority. It is a priority that is purely driven by your perseverance to get your mind in control. And there are different ways in which you do it. I've heard people meditate. For me personally, writing makes a big difference. So I tend to write to the extent possible every single day from day 1 to day 8. And by the time you reach day 8, you realize that the objective that you started off with, which is purification of your soul, control of your mind, the bhav that you start with, that's what starts to reflect in your writings by the time you get to day 7 and day 8. So the one thing that we can definitely say from this is the purest bhav of any tapasya is to find a way to keep your mind in control, to move it from any kind of distractions whatsoever. And whether it's meditation, whether it's writing, That's one way in which we can start to move towards an anchor point where the purest form of Jainism, it is to keep perseverance and to keep bhav in the light spirit, is what we can achieve.
So all these questions are for anyone to answer, except for one question. Unless anyone of the Tapasvis here is also going to high school.
So, this was my fourth attempt, but this time I did digital fasting. So I took off from work, and all I was doing was reading the books from RSI memory. And I feel that that was a game changer for me, because up until now I was doing it, but it was feeling like mechanical. And as I was reading these books, I was realizing what am I doing in life. And those are the kind of things, the soul-searching moments that you want during Paryushan, to feel like, okay, this is fine. Tap is definitely, of course, it's great. But then at the end of the day, it's once we are done Atta, it doesn't mean, hey, you've achieved moksha. This is the time to reflect what we need to change internally, and on a daily basis, what have happened in your life, what change did you get after doing Atta, or whatever you do, any dharma kriya ke baad, main thing is, aap mein kya parivartan aaya, and if that remains the same, that means you're not hitting the mark. So that is my ultimate reflection, and I feel that if you do any talk, try to focus on not doing external stuff, only then you can go with it.
And the next question is about how do you manage your day during the tapasya. In particular, whether you're going to school or going to work. So I would like to start with our youngest Tapasvi and ask how was it for you to manage the high school with Tapasvi Bahuman?
So firstly, when I started, it was a 3-day weekend from school, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So those 3 days were honestly, I felt the hardest because I didn't have any social contact with any of my friends or anyone outside. I mean, I did go to Nirasa in like the morning every day, so that helped. Meeting people and seeing everyone else just boosted confidence and pushed me to go further. But the Saturday or like 3-day weekend was a little challenging personally because I had a lot of things going on that day, and plus it was just I was starting out. So as someone already said about how the first day you are feeling really hungry because that's your first day that you haven't had any food. So those 3 days were like the hardest. But Tuesday through Friday, I had a four week of school. That honestly felt like a breeze because I was at school until 4:30 for most days, and then I was finishing school, doing homework. So my days went by fast, and it was like they kept going, and I eventually just finished them really fast. On Tuesday, my 4th day, it was a little challenging because I went to school at 8 in the morning and I came home at 9 at night. Because I had rehearsal for band from 6 to 9, we had marching rehearsal, which took up a lot of my energy, but everything worked out in the end and I was able to manage my time wisely. And then Saturday, the last day, was just like, I'll get through this day and then tomorrow is my final day. Yeah.
For me, it was the opposite. So I have done Tela before, so I just wanted to try a time. Like I've never, like always when I done Tela, I was like, I could extend, I could do more. But for me, it was like the first 3 days were holidays, so I just wanted to try. Like first 3 days went good, so I just wanted to try. Like I will try one at a time, one day at a time, and see if I can extend it. But for me, the hardest part was going to office, and so I had a morning habit of having a coffee. 12 a.m. I'm having a lunch. 3 a.m. I will have some snacks. So to get away from that habit, it was most difficult. It was not the hunger, but it was like to
break your habits and to control like munching and all those things which we are used to when we work. So that was for me the hardest part, going to work, but things became easier after 4 or 5. Like I know, like I could control it. So 6, 7, it was actually easier. But the first 3, 4th, 5th was difficult for me, and then after it went good.
Jai Jinendra, everyone. So for me, this was my second attempt. I had done it during my bachelor's when I was in India, 11 years back. So it's been a long time, but since last year I realized in US with the corporate world being so rough, I'm not meditating or I'm not doing anything for the religious purpose. So I started doing upvas every week, every Friday. So for the past 1 year, I've been doing, I started with 2 days, I used to fast on Mondays and Fridays. That was also a Chobyara upvas, no water as well. So I used to do it every week. And I continued it till, prior to 8 days of fasting, Alparishan. And I think it's not just the 8 days that you give yourself towards the religious purpose. It should be for an entire life, right? That's what we've been learning since childhood. So that is how I started, doing tapasya. Every Friday I do it. I continue to do it as well. Be it for your health reasons or be it for your soul. That's one of the main goals. Yeah, and during these 8 days, the most difficult part was not the first 3 days. As Maulik said, the first 3 days are easy. But then as and when, the heat wave started, it became really challenging for me, the 5th and the 6th day. I was really drained out, even having boiled water, it's difficult for me. I usually avoid boiled water. So that is when heat wave actually took me, it took a toll on my health. I was really down. I was I just need to get through this 2 days and then the 7th and the 8th day would be easier. So yeah, meditating, yeah, it was difficult for me this time, definitely. But then working for 4 days, I actually had given up not to travel. So I did not use any of the vehicles for those 8 days, just in case if I needed in any emergency case, then I had taken that much time. I need to go out just because it's an emergency. And travel was always one of the major part of my work culture right now. So I travel a lot. That's the reason why I work from home for that particular week. So yeah, the 8 days were easy at the start and then difficult at the end.
आदिनाथ भगवान की आचार्य श्री विद्यासागर जी महाराज की सबकी हिंदी बोलूं सबकी बातें सुनी। थोड़ा मेरा एक्सपीरियंस डिफरेंट था। मैं 5 साल आचार्य श्री विद्यासागर महाराज जी के संग में रहा और दिगंबर मुनि राजों की चर्या देखी। सुबह 5:30 सवा 5 बजे अपन पहुंच जाते थे और उनके कमरे से 10 साढ़े 10 बजे जितना भी जब भगाते थे जाओ यहाँ से तब निकल के आते थे। मेरा ये आई एम 52 मेरा फर्स्ट टाइम अटेम्प्ट था। मैंने 7 बारी ऑलरेडी करके रखा तो हमेशा सोचता था ये करती मैं नहीं कर पाता। तो अभी यहाँ आने के बाद भाव बने कि मैं करूँगी। मैंने कहा मैं नहीं करूँगा। तो बोले एक दिन क्या करोगे आपसे कैसे होगा नहीं तो फुसली बोला। मैंने कहा नहीं महाराज के साथ मैंने क्या तो देखूँ कुछ परिवर्तन आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है। 10 दिन कब गए पता नहीं लगा। कोई प्यास नहीं कोई भूख नहीं। पहला दिन है दूसरा दिन है गिन रहा हूँ कुछ नहीं। दिक्कत आई जब आखिरी दिन व्रत खुलना था। परेशानी ये थी कि व्रत खोलना पड़ेगा। अगर ऐसे ही चलता है 16 दिन 20 दिन महीना भर तो चल सकता है अपने को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ना। परेशानी व्रत करने में नहीं थी। परेशानी व्रत कल खुलेगा ये सोच के टेंशन कि अपन क्यों खोलने वाले हैं। कल से अपनी चर्या फिर से बदल जाएगी फिर संसार में जाके अपन पाप करना शुरू करेंगे। सो दैट्स माय एक्सपीरियंस। थैंक यू।
So we have time for one last question. people who haven't spoken, if they want to speak, that would be great. So from my own experience, I think a lot of it is mental. I was able to do it last year, and I feel like you wake up and you kind of wake up and decide, or something is formed in your mind and you decide whether you are going to move forward or not. And part of it is also some of the things you are going through, right? I mean, I know like third day, fourth day, I start getting headaches. So maybe somebody has had similar problems and how did they manage to get through? Because hopefully I can provide some tips. Somebody who did it first time, somebody who basically, it's a given that they'll do it. Or you should not, that's not sure.
Yeah, so I did it first time. Last year I did so I was experimenting because I used to do only one week every year. Last year I tried 3, and then this year so yeah, first 3 days were very good because we were in temper most of the time. The things went down, but the bomb was very high and it was very easy to manage. Once you get into the time when a lot of people are not around you, that's when the mental part comes in and you need to, your thoughts are roaming around here and there. But I said that 4th day is the critical day. If you are able to hold the 4th day, then 5th day and onward, the not having the food will bring the energy of your body so down that you will start meditating. Because body itself goes in meditation at that point of time. That's what I felt. That now you are not, your mind is not thinking, so you are very close to your soul. Because especially for the people who have a lot of, and I feel I have too much energy in my body. And when my energy goes down, that's when I feel that okay, I'm calm. So in my view, this upvas, while it brings your mind close to your soul, it is the best meditation you can do. Because otherwise, when you are doing meditation with everything, your body energy will itself try to divert you here and there. But once you are doing this kind of upvas or tapasya, this is where you actually feel closer to the soul, and that's where you start realizing that yeah, there is something other than what I generally experience, I can experience. So that's been my experience, that this tapasya actually brought me closer to my soul, which I had never felt that much. That's my experience.
I'll just say about the mental strength piece. So what I felt, everybody could experience that whoever has done any tapasya, it's the first, at least the mental step. You decide you want to do it, and that was the thing this time. I wanted to do it after ages. I felt like first Athai I did was, I think I was around Manik's age, and a lot has changed after that in life, and so I wanted to try it. I was not confident, but mentally I was strong that I wanted to do it, and it felt like a breeze. I was doing tiffins in the morning for kids, and I never felt like, look, I want to lead it. And if you know me, you know I'm a big foodie. And especially I love the 4th meal. So that was the thing. And after Athai, I realized that how strong I can be. Like, because at night, if I'm hungry, I cannot go to bed without eating anything. 2, I was doing Athai. And then I realized that it's just my mental, it's not the physical thing. And after the Athai, I decided to continue Chaurya. And I was like not feeling anything. The person who is like almost, who has to have something, some snack at night. It was just, I realized it's just the mental thing. And that motivated me. And the other thing is, like in India, you see so many people around you going, and like that motivates you. But I'm so glad that we have sung, like everybody is motivating everyone each other, like every year, and that's, I'm very thankful.
We have some bachelors as well.
Good afternoon, everyone. So this is my second time I did this Lakshmi last year, and this time I was I didn't think I will do it this time also. But when it was the first day, like my husband, he also said like I also want to keep the fast. So this gave me a motivation. Okay, that's good. If he's also encouraged, he's also thinking to keep the fast this time. So I said, okay, let's start. We can both, we can do. So he suggested, okay, let's do one day I will keep the fast, another day you will keep the fast. So I said, no, it will not work for me like that. I will keep all the 10 days. I know I have that willpower. I will not feel hungry. That I'm very sure about it. So he was little worried for the family, for the kids. Like, how will you manage? You like you will tired, or you will feel hungry or thirsty. So I said, no, I know I can do it. I will do everything, household work, picking up, dropping, everything. You don't worry. You whatever you want to do, you can do it. But I'm pretty sure I will do it. So he said, okay, fine. First day I will do it. Next day he said, I think I'm feeling better, so I can do the second time also. Then third day also passed, and then he said, oh wow, I did 3 days. It means Tela, 3 days continuous I did. Said, this is miracle. Like first time means in the morning, first thing I need my breakfast. In the meeting, like he's so hungry. So he said, it's a miracle how without food I'm surviving after 3 days. So I said, okay, so you should continue. I never said like, okay, fine, done, okay, you don't want to continue, it's okay. So he did 3 days nicely. Then fourth day he started, having acidity and health issues. So then he said, okay, fifth day I will open it. So I said, don't worry, it's natural. I talked to some of our son's friends, and they also gave some tips and ideas. So because this is totally new for us, in our families also nobody keep those 10 days fasting. So both sides, it was a lot of pressure also for us, like we are keeping it, so we should not make anybody feel, oh, they have discontinued in between, they had some issues and all those things. So I keep on encouraging him, okay, it's natural, you can you keep the fast going. But he was so much nervous and having tension like how it will work, because I have a lot of office work also, this, that. So a lot of anxiety he was having, but after 5th day, like he was, his health was starting getting like poor. Like he was not feeling good at all. But he was keep on busy in, whenever he was doing meditation and swadhyay, so he was feeling much better. Other time he was having a lot of stomach ache. But everybody was encouraging. Even my kids, they were saying, no daddy, you have to finish it till 10. You can't stop in between. So nobody was supporting him, like, okay, fine, if you are not feeling good, so you can discontinue. So everybody was saying, you have to finish it, you have that willpower, you can do it. So my family, my in-laws also, my mother-in-law, she said to him, like, okay, just do one more day and then you can open it. The 9th day. She said, okay, 9th day you can open it. So then he said, okay, it means I have to finish it. Anyhow, nobody is supporting me to stop it. So that's way. But he was very happy after doing the tap. And I'm so happy, like we both did it together with all the household things, family things, and we never felt bad about it. It felt really good. And our kids were also supporting, and even they also started doing tap, like also.
Very inspiring stories, and I hope this doesn't give ideas to all other people. So, all right, want to give maybe 30 seconds if somebody wants to speak, especially somebody who has not spoken. Just really 30 seconds because we are almost 20 minutes late at this point.
So Jai Jinendra everyone. I would just like to thank the Sangh entirely for my attire. to be honest, like I always do like 2 days in the beginning, 2 days at the end. But this time, while I was here, the first 2 days we had the Janmanchan and everyone, and talking to Mole and Par, everyone was just motivating to go ahead and do it. So that was the reason I could do my apply to be on it.
Thank you. We will have one more time, and I think we'll move on to the next series. My dad is here from, and he was telling me about a story for some 80-year-old gentleman in India. He had with multiple chronic problems, heart diseases, who basically takes about 50 tablets a day, and he did a mass Kaman for the first time in his life, and then he did Parna, and after a few days he did the second mass Kaman, and he just did Parna yesterday. That was pretty amazing.
While we're getting set up for the next session, I just want to point out something here that we have obviously all the names here, and you will see Manit's name here. Manit's name is, why is it under 9 plus upwas? Because for a 16-year-old, to do 8 upwas is almost like 16. So you might have noticed it. I just want to tell you that's not a mistake.
Thank you. Okay, so the next section is an update on Jinale and constitution update from our DC. I'd like to call upon Manoj Bhai and Levin Bhai as well.
Jai Janendra, on behalf of all trustees, I'll be updating very quickly the progress of our landmark, the beautiful New Janale project. It's going to come very soon. But before that, I'd like to congratulate all these amazing Tapasvis for they have done. They are the one who are going to inspire us to do something in our life. Hopefully, I can inspire from them also. Ekasnu Athai to 8 days more. It's not easy, we all know. It's very, very hard. I would like to advise everybody that support them, help them, so they can do better than what they did this year. And it starts from that better behalf and family in our son. Let's don't forget our dynamic EC team, what they have been doing amazing job. Has been working day and night, hours and hours, so we all, some member, Tapasvi, can enjoy every function without any difficulty and felt coming back and back. So we are very, very fortunate to have this amazing AC team. Also, not only AC team, we have a AV team, super dynamic. We have a MRI team. We have a Puja team. We have a Seva group and food committee. Talk about food committee. I would say we all will agree we are so fortunate. We have amazing, ever smiling Krupa, Kunal and family. Absolutely very, very proud of them for their amazing dedication they have been doing for all of us to bring variety of food at very low price so we can save money for some and without any expectation of appreciation. So let's give a huge round of applause to Krupa and Food Committee. I don't know where is Krupa, but I'm sure as usual she is in the kitchen. That's what our best place to like to be there. Okay, fun time. I'm going to tell you the timeline, what's happening with our Jinale project. After all of you have approved this project, in middle of August, trustee committee and permit subcommittee, we all got together with Joe, architect, went over updated planning, permit, high level, some building designs with several changes and signed the contract so Joe can submit to County of San Diego for our preliminary approval. So that's already done. By middle of September, they have already submitted. We paid a few fees to the county so we can expect next process and information from them what to go for upcoming our project. So we can say the work is in progress actually. We are very lucky, we have very aggressive subcommittee members who have been very much involved, keeping in touch with Joe, architect, and trustee, so we all can know what to expect. Now next, what to expect after the submission of the plan. Basically, it looks like within the next 2-3 months, county may come back with some suggestion changes and Joe can submit a final construction drawings and permits. So we can have some good news for the final building permit drawings. So that's what we are expecting by probably January next year. We'll try to keep you updated as much as every quarter on the progress of this Denali project or any milestone happens in between. It's very important that some should know what is happening, and with the help of permit subcommittee and all trustees and ACs will definitely reach to our dream, our goal, but slow and steady. So all I can say, all is well right now. So hang on tight. Let's hope, let's pray that everything goes as we plan and we can hear some good news in a short time. Meantime, enjoy upcoming all Navratri, Diwali and all the good event and New Year, and keep saving lots of money, because you know what? Our fundraising committee is going to call you soon. So, thank you very much, and hope to get back with you with some good news very soon. Thank you.
Jai Jinendra. First of all, I want to say 3 days ago, when the son from New York came and they were so pleased with our unity, with all the work that we see and all the volunteers and the committees did. And I was a little bit embarrassed that they gave me shawl and heart, which I really don't deserve. It deserves, all of you deserve, all the people who work and work so hard. So now for the Constitution, there's not much to say. We already have sent you copies 2 months ago. Then we had a GB meeting on Zoom. Many of you participated, gave us suggestions, so many questions, and some came by emails. And then we reviewed them all, and we have come up with final draft, which Jatin should be sending you very soon. Jatin, did you send it?
I have not sent it yet, but it's going to go out.
Okay. Yeah, so it will be coming. But it's not much change. And we want to start, do the voting next weekend. You may vote for Trump or Harris, I don't care. But do vote yes on this Constitution. I want 300 yes and 0 no. Okay, thank you. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, teacher.
Now, if AV team, can we go to the list of other Tapasvis?
So my apologies, I think we kind of skipped through some of the slides, and we had a lot of tapasya both during Paryushan and Dastakshan this year. Just amazing, as I said, kids starting 23 months old all the way to people in their 70s. So let's do Anumodna for all of us. We apologize if we missed anyone here. We also had to simplify, so I know this doesn't really capture the essence of somebody doing a Thai versus 3 bars separately, but it's a little bit difficult to put everything in slide deck. But also the Parna Labharthis, right? We are extremely grateful to them even after Paryushan, because they also celebrate Paryushan and Dastakshan. And the next morning, early, they were here, they were preparing stuff. So they really kind of make all of this take and go. So really, let's have a big Anumodna for Labharthis. Alright, so moving on, next we have an update to the year in review. So, Cindy.
I was supposed to finish this by 11:30, but it's already 11:30, so I'll try to be quick. The first couple of slides are mainly for the new members, because we do have some new members to join. So most of the people who have been here before, they probably know this, but we acquired this 70 plus years ago, and we, as you know, that as we have been seeing every year, we have been growing. We are already at 192 members right now, and in terms of Pathshala, 108 students, 72 families, again year over year growth. And we're going to talk about the specific events that we had this year, but every year we managed to offer 25 plus events. And obviously we are completely volunteer driven. If you can go to the next slide. Narendra Uncle just talked about the constitution. So very briefly, what is the governance for JSSD? We are governed by a constitution, and there is a trustee committee, and then there is obviously an executive committee. And as part of this constitution, whether the current constitution or the new one, we elect the ECs and TCs for a year, 2-year term, and then JSSD is registered as a 501c3 entity with the IRS, so any of the donations are tax exempt. And the actual incorporation happened in 1996. Next. Trustee committee, if you can show the picture for the previous slide. So you heard from Anuj Bhai and Nalin Bhai, but obviously Sagar, Sunil and Manish, who is also president. They form the trustee committee, and then on the executive committee we have the 9 members. The next slide, and if I could have all the TCs and ECs please stand up. Thank you for your service. And then on the next slide, we have even more important members of the Society of San Diego, even more important than TCs and ECs, because everything that TC and EC is doing is the wrong slide, by the way. So this is not it.
No, that was the right one.
Now they have the right one.
Yes, I think Taran got confused when I said the most important. So these are the spouses of the EC, and being on any of these committees means a lot of personal time given, whether it's at home or for some of the people, JSSD's second home. You may actually find some of them more here than at their home. So it does take its own toll at the family and spouses. More so during certain time of the year, like for example, this quarter, when we have Parishtan, Tatlakshan, and then soon after we have all these events, Tapasvi Bahuman, Deepavali celebration, and so on. So it does mean that there is basically a series of months, apart from the every weekly and meetings and other things that goes into it. So again, if I can have the spouses also please stand up. Let's have a big round of applause.
You have to make the sacrifice because you cannot cut down on work. You have to put in the work that you have to at your office. So really the time comes out of your family, personal time, and the kid pickup that you are supposed to do that you cannot do, your spouse has to do it. Nobody else is going to be here, right? I mean, so yeah, big.
So now coming to what we did in terms of the number of events. So, there's a huge list of events on the next slide. We are not going to spend time going over it, but I think there are a few of the events that were very unique this year, which I'm sure will be close to your heart as well, that I would like to maybe spend a few minutes on. So, there was obviously Better Safe Than Sorry by SMSG, first event of its kind. Apart from doing all the religious kind of activities, we also want to organize and communicate to the Sangh items and information that's useful in general. So this is one such thing, but you would probably see more of these in the coming years. And then Camp Cedar Falls Retreat. You can have a picture. If there's anyone who didn't like Camp Cedar Falls, raise your hand. And if you had fond memories of this picture, then wait until you see the next one when everyone watching the game and India won.
I'll just add, this was a contingent of 160 people over there. Just the logistics, the managing, everything. we had a couple of people from EC really working from months, right? I mean, from for 4 or 5 months straight, taking experience or counting on experience from previous guys like Milind Uncle, who's done this before, but really kind of putting their unique blend. So really amazing job, and nobody that I know didn't like it.
Yeah, and if any one of us had to plan this for a personal trip, we would have simply showed up there. But something like this took months and months of planning. I know that Meghavi and Manish went there for a scouting trip, Gaurav and Narayan, months and months of planning that was behind what turned out to be a hugely successful event. The next, I would like to show something that's very fresh in each of our mind, the Thursday visit from the Society of America, the Chet Paripati trip. I think it wouldn't be wrong if I say that JSSD as a whole exceeded all their expectations. I think the New York Suns thought that they are here only for a few hours, they will come, have quick darshan and maybe grab a bite or so and go away. But I think by the time they left, they were overwhelmed with the kind of affection and support that entire Sangh showed. And this is something that the Sangh organized on a very short notice. I remember we probably sent a mail out to Sangh maybe a week in advance, that's it. Because we were still waiting for the details and so on. So again, thank you very much for the support and the volunteer hours that you put into and the organization and the food. Everything went very well. Thank you so much.
I think that event really captured the true essence of JSSD. I mean, that really is. I was a little bit worried. I think you guys, some of you might have seen my message that we need a lot more volunteers. We had only 5 or 10 less than that sign up till that point. And I was the week before I was out of town pretty much all week. So definitely worried that it's going to be a little embarrassing. But in the end, it just turned out to be an amazing experience, and they were truly overwhelmed.
Apart from the events, which obviously is the essence of Jain Society of San Diego, I also want to show you some of the financial investments we made this year. There were a few big projects that we had to take up, and some more that we'll be taking up this year. But essentially, the roof replacement for the dining hall and the lesser buildings, very expensive project, overdue. But under the leadership of Dinesh Uncle, this happened at the most cost-effective way possible. Still, it cost maybe around $55,000, but it's something that's going to be there for a long time to come, and it's desperately needed. Obviously, we need a roof over our head. So, thank you again. Those of you who have not noticed it yet, you will see 2 storage sheds installed in the parking lot. They look like they have been there forever, but no, I mean, the volunteers set them up in a matter of weekend again. This is something that we had to make room for this Pathshala to have them one extra Pathshala room, because we can no longer use the 2 old buildings. And again, the sun rose to the occasion, and these were purchased, installed, storage room emptied, functional storage shed, matter of days. And again, at a very, very cost effective. We also have the new lightweight chairs that were bought a while ago, or maybe a couple of months ago. So, this should give all the volunteers, potential volunteers, a good reason to join. You will not be lifting heavier chairs. These are the lightweight ones. Electrical panel replacement is something that has come up as a part of our insurance policy renewal. We wanted to do it, and again, the nation has been at the forefront of it. We know what to do. We have a contract identified and the parts ordered. Again, quite expensive project, around $20,000, but this is something that needs to be done. So this will be happening in the coming months. Jatin continues to lead the online user experience. This year we did last year we had started the Pathshala registration, but then we actually added more functionality to it by having both the cleaning slot and the lunch slots also offered through it, and obviously we have started doing the membership renewal also online. And then obviously we have always been doing online GBM board. When the New York Sun was here, actually I could hear some of them talk about it themselves that they were pretty impressed with the all the audio setup here, and for such a large Sun to be impressed by our facility and a lot of the AV setup that we have is, I think, is tremendous. And last but not least, actually Manish came across this agency who helps non-profit and non-profit religious organizations with a federal grant to secure the facility better. So we have applied for it. It's a huge, significant grant. It's around $150,000. We don't know how much will be actually granted to us. We applied for it a couple of months ago. We are waiting for the outcome of it. If it does happen, then that money we can use to secure our perimeter better, have more advanced, cameras and such. Motorized gate for the entrance. So there are a few different things that we could use that money for. There is a little bit of uncertainty whether we'll actually get it or not, but we're trying from our side. Next, please.
Can I take a comment? Yeah, so if I know a lot of people have problems with insurance. We had this roof, and because of that, we had a hard time getting the insurance, and finally it's all settled and all that. If anybody has any questions about insurance, feel free to call Sandeep. He's called every possible avenue, so he's a resident expert at this point in terms of insurance, and he can also give you some reference also.
Yeah, I know all about commercial insurance by now. My own personal insurance, I have no idea. Okay, so please listen to the next part very carefully, because this is going to be a quiz right after this. So obviously, as a Sun, we have been growing. We have grown in the last 2 years, just a matter of 2 years. Our membership has grown by almost 50%. Our Pathshala registration has gone up by 40%. And there is a cost to this growth. Our expenses have gone up by at least 1/3, if not more. And then those expenses, we talked about insurance. Insurance has gone through the roof. We have partial insurance, but even that is costing more than what it used to be for the entire 3 sets of buildings. Our operational expenses, obviously food is a huge part. By the way, there will be going to be a question on the food, so be prepared. MJK expenses, actually food is a big part of the MJK expense, and just that part has gone up 50% in 2 years. That is combined by both the more members, more attendees, as well as the cost of food has gone up. And then the repairs and maintenance that we have to go through, and the one-time expenses that happen, like roof, obviously we're going to replace for the next 30 years, but we replaced this one a few years ago, right? So every year there are some of these big expenses that keep on coming up, and we have to address them. Okay, time for the quiz. First one, no point for that one. It's $151, but the next one, how many families' yearly membership fee does it take to pay just the gardening part of it, just the monthly maintenance that our gardener comes and does it, right? What do you think?
And I have the mic. Anybody wants to answer?
540 per month.
No. How many families' membership? You have to convert that, but you are not allowed to answer because you know the number. So Jagratipan is not allowed. But again, just to tell you that if a membership costs $150 a year, how many members does it take to just pay the gardener?
40.
Yes, very good math, Meghavi. 40 members. So 40 family membership fee pays just for the gardening. For gardener to come and trim the hedges. I think it takes a while to register this, but that's really true. We have 192 members, and out of that, 40 members, he just goes for the gardening, which we take for granted, right? No, this happens. Second one, how much does, this is really 20-point question.
60,000.
How much does JSSD spend per family for food in a year? Again, think of it with relation to the membership fee. Membership fee, remember, that's why there's a 0-point question. $150. How much do you think we spend per family just on food alone?
Nobody wants to take a guess? What is that? Who made the question, so she's not allowed to answer.
All members.
Per family, per year you're talking about, right? Per year.
All the members, right?
No. No, how much money does it cost for a family of 4?
I heard someone say $1,000. I wish we could spend $1,000. But again, if we have $150 of membership fee and to be able to spend $1,000, we should be on the street asking for money.
300 per family.
Yeah, so I think I heard Kripa say 300 and Manoj was 300. Okay, we spend close to $200. Close to $200, and this is, I'm not even excluding, I'm excluding things that, for example, JCSN came and we had food, that's, obviously for the actual purpose, I exclude that. Just for the sun, events for the sun that we basically arrange food for, those cost around $200 per year. So obviously, that $50 difference comes from the other donations that we receive. How much pays for? So this, you have to do some math for this again. So $1,200 donation, if you make it through PayPal, how much fee would JSSD end up paying? PayPal.
Folks should know this.
3%, $26. Okay. So again, in JSSD, we do everything in the most cost optimized manner. So yes, if you are a regular merchant, you will take 3.5%. But because we are registered as a non-profit PayPal, we pay less. We pay $24.37 for this. It's essentially 1.99% plus 49 cents per transaction, which is less than what any other for-profit will pay, but is still $25 is a lot of money for us to be paid, right? So PayPal transactions, we encourage some to make only when a smaller amount, $100 to $200 max. I do get this question a lot. While we accept donations in any shape or form, not a problem. But if you can use Zelle or other methods, we don't have to pay. Okay, this one. So I think Dinesh Uncle and Kunal are not allowed to answer this question. How much money does monthly Sangh Seva team save for the Death Society? Some things are priceless, yes. But if you look at price on this,
1,200 something?
per month, yeah.
Per month?
Yeah. I think $1,000 is a bare minimum estimate. It's anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 if you had to put a number to it. And you have Dinesh Uncle, who is like president, handyman, electrician, plumber, structural engineer, architect, general contractor. I think, obviously, and so I think it's just his services running to thousands of dollars. But overall people who come over offer 2-3 hours of general service here, just cleaning up the place and doing small repairs. It definitely is like you're talking like $20,000 a year. So I wanted to give you this idea. By the way, if you were counting your points, then whatever points you got, multiply by 10 and donate that much money to JSSD.
Sandeep, I have one more thing. People with this committee experience for so many years, people don't realize they eat food, they use the property and everything, but be really careful when you use the paper products. We just use it and maybe 5 bowls, 10 bowls. This biodegradable paper products cost so much, and I think that should be 1 year. We don't realize per person we use so much paper products. So be careful when using that. I'm just
Thank you for that. Yeah. Okay. So, Tarang, if you can go to the next slide. With that background, I just want to let you know that we do need continuous investment from the Sun. I don't want to call it donation. It's an investment into yourself, investment into your community, investment into the society, right? So this just gives you an idea what's the current situation. We did get, after MJK, we did have a good number of office pledges, but we are still at 50, while we need to be at least 60, 70. And then our general donations over the last 2 years has dwindled down quite a bit. So, we are not doing any fundraising specifically drive right now, but if anyone wants to pledge anything, find me, anyone from us on the EC.
We want to be pleasantly surprised.
Okay, so that was it about the 2024 significant events and financial status. Next, we'll move on to the volunteer appreciation. And we're going to show names of all the volunteer team leads, and if they could come on the stage, we're going to do a similar Q&A with them as we did with Tapasvi's earlier today.
All the volunteer teams, I think, the leads. So, meantime, when people are coming up on the stage, I think there is a chance that if you randomly come over at the center, you'll find a few people here anytime, any day. And Dinesh Uncle is definitely one of them. and sometimes, he's climbing up on the stairs that is like changing the light and all that, and you are actually worried what's going about all of that, but it doesn't care. These volunteer leads, I think you know who you are. We've already intimated. We need to move forward a little bit faster.
So the way we're going to actually have this particular session is that each of the leads here will have time in the beginning to talk about what they do, what motivates them to lead that activity, and then after we have done one round of that, we will then go into Q&A.
And really, these people are extremely passionate about what they do, so they can talk about the activities for hours and hours. But what we really are requesting is to have it a 1-minute spiel, so that just to make aware what you do, what that activity involves, and hopefully that's going to also generate some interest in people joining that volunteer activity. That's really the goal. We'll start off with Tarang, so you be ready, we'll go around. Tarang is one person that you'll always see smiling. We send him emails that, hey, we need help tomorrow. And then after a little bit, the message comes up, sure, what help do you need? And then suddenly the AV team is ready. So it's pretty amazing that all the last minute requests that AV team is able to accommodate.
So we're going to start, we're going to follow the sequence, started from Tarang, going all the way to KG. Essentially, each one of them is going to talk for a minute about what they do, what motivates them to lead this activity, and why someone should join their activity.
All right, Jai Jinendra. For those who don't know me, I'm Tarang. I coordinate the AV team activities here in JSSD of San Diego. We have a small but very powerful team of volunteers who take care of all this stuff here. We, as a AV team, take care of any live event that's happening right now. As you can see, like YouTube live streaming, managing the audio, video, PowerPoint presentation, installing any microphone speakers in the temples, or planning for the new Jinalai. Any technology related stuff, we take care of it. We have like a core team of, actually before we go to the team, let's go back a slide. So we, new additions in 2024, we set up a new audio system in Sridhar temple. We got a message that that's not adequate. Within a week, we were able to get approval from TC. Thank you, TC, thank you for that. We were able to install it and get it ready in a very short span of time. Thanks to the team. The program display behind AV booth, it's turned off, but we have seen our programs go pretty long sometimes. So there's a timer over there which kind of tracks. It's not on right now, but there's a timer which tells the presenter that okay, how much time is left. We had a young kid, the youngest Sevak man that during MJK, it was really effective. It will tell, okay, Manish, you have like 3 minutes remaining. Just quick enough. I'm just picking on Manish because he's not here. So that's the new addition. We added the 75-inch TV in the dining area. We procured a bunch of TVs, and we are very, very, very frugal. For example, the Pachalam TVs and all, Krunal found a really good deal. Someone was getting rid of the older TV sets somewhere. Krunal went, picked them up. Krunal got like 4 TVs, with a combination of 55-inch TV to 40-inch TV and 32-inch TV. Without spending even $1, we were able to meet the needs of the son. So we are trying to be as frugal as possible, but at the same time meeting all the growing needs of the growing son. 2023 editions, I think you can see the 2 TVs over here on the cultural hall. We added that. We added like high resolution video recording plus live streaming. We have a new audio system in the new temple. Wireless microphone set and bunch of TVs again in the parts. So overall, the team is small but very active. And thank you for supporting AV team. And thank you all the volunteers. I'll just go over the volunteers real quick. Alright, so first of all we have Krunal. Krunal is as you know, he is one-man army. He is a pillar of Jain Sangh and he is a pillar of AV team as well. He will be here, he will be taking care of the setting of the tables and chairs in the morning, and right away he'll turn around as soon as that's done, he'll jump over here, do the AV recording as he's doing right now. Then after this he will jump over, do the food serving. So he is tirelessly working in serving the sun. He is just looking for more and more ways to serve the sun. So we are really happy to work with our Thank you so much for your support. Supporting him is Vardhan. He's a quite player, but he is a strong player. No matter what, like on Thursday, we had a Giants and visit JSSD. Kunal and Vardhan came over here Wednesday night to set everything up, to make sure everything is good to go for them. So you might see flawless execution over here. Then we have Nilay. Nilay again is a very dedicated volunteer. No matter what, he will be here. Like if no one's available during us, Nilay will take. Okay, don't worry, we will take care of it. Again, he knows everything. He is very dedicated, very passionate. And all these people, they like to work in the background. They don't get the limelight, but I really thank all of them for this service. Jair is also a stable member of our AV team. Then Manish Bhai is in India right now, but he had a in the labor. He's a permanent intern. It's really good to have Manish Bhai's wisdom and insight for the AV team. It's really helpful. And then we have extended team, like the big events, MJK event, where we have like 300, 400 people in attendance. There's lots going on. There's a lot of things in the behind the scene as well. And we Vipul by taking care of photography, and Nimesh by newly volunteered to take care of some stuff. Vihan is the youngest member of AV team. He's 10-year-old. Tejas Sanvi, Himali takes care of the graphics and video editing. Swagata takes care of photography. Vishal Dave, he came with the Gujarati, SMSG event, and he really helped out during the event. He was happy and he offered it. I don't think he's part of JSSD, but he offered help, saying, okay, I would like to come and offer service to you. So really thankful and grateful to all these volunteers. We are recruiting. It's a small team. Anyone 20 to 50 years of age who is like slightly tech inclined. I think what we need is more passion and execution. I think we will teach you the basics. AV is not that difficult, it's just we need a lot of passion there. So if you guys are looking to serve the sun, please contact me.
And as you can see that the passion comes out, right? It's hard to stop and you're really passionate about something.
Hello, my name is Swati. We have a very active puja group. We have lots of young and some experienced people. Together, we make a really great team. We do have a lots of fun. In our puja group, all of are very good singers, and of course, with beautiful music by Prabodh Bhai Bora on keyboard and Milan Bhai Kalsanya on tabla, our puja is very lively. Luckily, everyone knows everything. So in preparation of Snatra Puja is very fast. Snatra Puja or any other puja, everybody is very fast. We have once a month Snatra Puja. Usually it is on the 4th Sunday of the month. We do take a big part in MJK's Sopta ceremony too. Anyone can join the puja group. They have to be JSSD member. And they don't have to know anything, but we do need commitment. Thank you. Any questions?
And you can see the list of people who are very actively involved in coordinating Puja Group. Shwetambar Puja Group. Avanti can talk about the Digambar Puja Group.
Surfacing Jai Janindam. Wanted to start with our puja group, what they are doing, but before that, just wanted to say a small slok. Deva puja guru prasti swadhyaya sanyam stapa danam cheti grahasthanam shatkarmani dine dine. The meaning of this is every Shravak has 6 essential every day. Dev puja, Guru Upasana. This third one is Swadhyay, Sanyam, Tap and Dan. So that's why this Digambar Puja group is the goal towards that, to provide the platform for everyone to give the Dev Puja benefits, right? And the goal of this group is to guide others in rituals, allowing them as well as me to share my knowledge and devotional, while also helping others to grow spiritual. And also, I definitely find creating and giving them positive atmosphere where everyone can come together and in worship and devotion. So it is a unique opportunity to deepen the spiritual understanding and build the sense of community. As you can see here on the slide, we already offer, we do the every month, most likely second Sunday, we do the puja. We offer that, and we have started doing the home puja also. If anybody wants to do Navkar or Bhaktambar Vidhan or 48 Anusthan or any other puja. And there are volunteers that you can see the names, and I'm definitely looking for some more help because I'm planning to add few more activities. So definitely I want to do that, and we are offering the kids English puja also. I teach them every year, at least twice a year, and giving them that platform where the next generation can learn our rituals, our values, our culture, and that is very important. Thank you, everyone.
Well, everyone prepared very well. We didn't have anything. So next one is the daily Abhishek group. If you see on the slide here, we have a quite dedicated our daily Abhishek group in the Gamba group. We do our Bhagwan Abhishek daily. So it's a 365-day commitment. We have some great, like Nitin ji, even those 8-10 days of fasting, he showed up every day in the morning with double energy and standing for 1.5 hours, doing all the puja, going back with good energy. So that's the energy you get if you get. The only thing I will say is that the first thing is very important. It's daily, rain or shine, doesn't matter. We get challenged when it is more like towards this daylight saving because we do Abhishek once sunrise happens. So we have to wait until that. We cannot come like 5 a.m. and do the Abhishek. We can do all the prep work before. So that's the only commitment. It takes around 2.5 to 3 hours door to door to come, prep, do the Abhishek rituals, and then everything you have to put it like aside, wash it, clean it, dry it, lock the temple, lock the gate, go back home. Back home going is a little bit challenging based on the traffic. Sometimes we start working from here knowing that there is a long traffic. And then we go back after the traffic is resolved. The only thing I will say is we are fortunate that humko manushya paryay mili. We are fortunate that we are in the Jain Kul. We are fortunate that we have a temple and Bhagwan. And it is more possible if you can join and do this daily Abhishek, then you are on the path of moksha, I'm pretty sure. So thank you. Please join.
Jai everyone, my name is Kunal Mutha. So just a question, how many of you heard about Sang Seva before? A lot of people. Just to let you know, we are hiring. So those who don't know about the Sang Seva is really focused on keeping our centers safe, clean and organized. So when you enter the property, you will see all the buildings are either clean or they are safe to use. Whether it's like little things like emergency light or the exit doors. So all these things we do in the Sang Seva, not only cleaning but do a lot of inspection and pass it on to the MRI team, which Dinesh Uncle will share a little more detail. It happens every second Sunday of the month. So if at any point of time in the year you feel that you would like to offer Seva, you don't have to ask anyone. Just show up on second Sunday and we will be there for you to basically offer your Seva. What exactly we do is, as I said earlier, we do cleaning of the entire property, including both the terraces. We do safety inspections that includes fire safety, exit doors, emergency lights, sprinkler system. I don't know here how many of you know how to use sprinkles and how does it work. Anybody know? Looks like not many, right? If you want to learn more, yeah, please feel free to stop by. A lot of things to learn. So if I look back in 2016, Kishore Uncle was the one who asked that would you like to join our Sang Seva group, and I never knew. I was one of the very few people who has been coming here right from day one when this property was purchased. And when I came here, I found two things here, that all the seniors were part of the Sang Seva, nobody for the youngsters, hardly very few people. And you will see in the volunteer list, majority of the people those who are coming here, that's their driving factor. My driving factor was one of the factor was the seniors. I think our seniors, as you know, in Indian culture में भी बताया जाता है कि बड़े जो हैं, they are here to guide us, they are here to give us a wisdom, not to clean the property, not to do the inspection. They are here to give us the guidance, what we should do in the future. So that was really a factor that okay, if I cannot guide, I can at least contribute, help them so that our Jain society or the property can move forward. And the second thing that stood out was about giving back. How many of you are here who has actually gained a lot of relations, a lot of family friends after coming here? Just very few, that's it? Everyone here, right? So have you ever thought about giving back? How can we give back to the property or this Jain society? So this was one of my driving factors. That since day one I joined, I met so many people here, so many uncles, aunties who basically guided me, who gave me a lot of things in life, what I can do. They gave me here how Pathshala is here, they gave me how we work together as a team. So to give back, this is one of my codes that always resonated with me that okay, I should come here and give my seva whatever I can. So to give you something in numbers, most of you here are engineers, right? So we request only 2 hours every month, and how many months are there in a year? Everybody knows, right? 12 months, only 24 hours. So 24 hours out of 365 days, so you can think about it. If we can not take those hours out of it, I don't know what else we can do in life. We even give an option that even if we can do 6 times a year, like every other month, because there are family commitments, people have kids, they have to go to the classes. So if anyone is interested, even if you can offer 6 times a year, not entire 12 months, you are always welcome. And we work as a team. It's not like if there are certain rules or setup, we're going to do that way. If you feel that there is a certain thing not being taken care of, we always work together. We hear everybody's opinion, feedback, and do what is good for the property. And I would like to, actually when I use my thank you word very, very carefully. When I say thank you, I feel like I'm separate from all those people. So one thing I would say, all these volunteers, one of the resonating factors they have is what I just mentioned. So I'm really, really grateful to all of them and that we all were able to come together, give our seva to the property and bring this entire sum together. So again, thank you again and really, really grateful that we all are part of it and looking forward for everyone to join in. So thank you.
I also want to say a big thank you to Kishore Uncle. I think I saw him somewhere here. Unless he stepped out. He did the Sangh Seva, he led Sangh Seva for 13 years. Stand up. This will be passed the baton to Kunal, who will be taking it and will join in with us. You know the numbers. Sandeep has already mentioned the number in terms of how much Sangh Seva saves us every month.
Actually, the concept of Sangh Seva was started by Kishore Bhai. Concept of ops, which was basically taking care of the facility. Because without the facility, what are we going to do? Where are we going to be? If we didn't have a stage, if we didn't have a kitchen, if we didn't have all those things. So, he organized. Kishore Bhai has very good organizing ability. So then, the Sangh Seva, what we are saying right now, we have to change the name Khuna. Because everything that we are doing is a Sangh Seva. We are doing for the Sangh. So, and that's why we have a very loving Sangh, because everybody is pitching in, whether, you're a treasurer, whether secretary, president, of course, by the way, they are the best Sevas. I tell you, they are awesome. Give them a hand. So, we are all doing a Sangh Seva. This is a small activity of all. One of the activities, that Kunal talked about, and then there is Kishore Bhai gave a name, MRI. It's a maintenance, repair, and improvement. That's also part of the Sangh Seva, and which is basically, actually organized by now Kunal. I'm just one of the full-time member. I don't want to say a lot what I do, otherwise they will charge me rent here. And I've been threatened many times because it's staying too long. So what we need in the maintenance, repair and improvements is the people, if you have ability to, and liking, especially the liking is first, and if you're handy, then please come and join us. We all the time, we need some help. So, I don't want to talk much about MRI. It is the Sangh Seva that is very important. We all should have that bhav, and most of us do have a bhav. Okay, so keep it up. That's all. Thank you.
Talking about bhav, I don't know how many people here know, because I know we have a lot of new families here. Dinesh uncle used to live in the area called Tierra Santa, right? I mean, it's off 15, close to the Balbo Avenue, and he moved here. We bought the facility and he moved here with one purpose, that was Seva.
જય જય એવરીવન. એઝ અ ફૂડ કોરિડર આજે મારે તમને સ્વામી વાત્સલ્યનો મહિમા વિશે થોડી વાત કરવી છે. સ્વામી એટલે ભગવાન અને વાત્સલ્ય એટલે પ્રેમ. સ્વામી વાત્સલ્ય એટલે ભગવાન માટે અતૂટ પ્રેમ, જે આપણા કોર ફૂડ કોર્ડિનેટર્સ દરેક પ્રસંગમાં સેવા આપીને આપણને તેની અનુભૂતિ કરાવે છે. સાથે સાથે હું આપ સૌને અપીલ કરીશ કે તમે પણ આ કાર્યમાં જોડાઓ, એનો આગ્રહ રાખો અને સંઘના ઉલ્લાસ અને પ્રેમને વધારીને સંઘનું બળ વધારો. એકચ્યુઅલી અમારા કોર વોલેન્ટિયર્સ હસતા મોઢે તેમની બધી જ પર્સનલ પ્રાયોરિટીઝ સાઈડમાં રાખીને ઘણા બધા સેક્રિફાઈસ સાથે હાર્ડવર્ક સાથે સંઘની બધી જ અપેક્ષા પૂરી કરવા માટે કાઉન્ટલેસ અવર્સ આ સેવામાં આપે છે. ચાલો બધા ગર્વ સાથે આપણે આ બધાને તાલીઓના ગડગડાટ સાથે અનુમોદનાથી વધારીએ. આમાંથી હું થોડા વધારે સ્પેશિયલ વોલેન્ટિયર્સ માટે બે લાઈન બોલીશ કે અમારા જે સ્ટુડન્ટ વોલેન્ટિયર્સ છે એમની ઘણી બધી લિમિટેશન્સ હોય છે. એની સાથે 28 જેવી તપસ્યા સાથે એ લોકો બીજા ત્રીજા ઉપવાસમાં પણ સ્વામી વાત્સલ્યનું સેટઅપથી ક્લીનઅપ સાથેનું કામ કરે છે અને સાથે સાથે પારણામાં જાતે ટ્રાય કરીને પારણાની વસ્તુઓ બનાવીને લાવ્યા છે. તો આનાથી તો વધારે હું તમને એપ્રિશિએશનના અને સંઘર્ષની વાત નહીં કરી શકું, પણ ફૂડ મેનેજમેન્ટ ઇઝ અ વેરી ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ, હાર્ડ એન્ડ કાઉન્ટલેસ એક્ટિવિટી ઇન સંઘ. And this activity is constantly like running with the lots of challenges. As a growing sangh, food management વધારે ને વધારે ચેલેન્જિંગ બનતું જાય છે. તેથી કરીને મારી આપ સૌને વિનંતી છે કે સમયસર RSVP કરાવવાનો આગ્રહ રાખો, કોઈ પણ પ્રકારની સેવામાં જોડાવાનો પ્રયત્ન કરો, એઠું ના મૂકે એનો પ્રયત્ન કરો અને સેન્ટરને વધુ ક્લીન રાખવાનો આગ્રહ રાખો, જેથી કરીને આ કાર્યને વધારે સરળ અને સફળ બનાવી શકીએ એકચ્યુઅલી. અને અંતમાં હું એટલું જ કહીશ કે સંઘની કોઈ પણ વ્યવસ્થાનો ભાગ બનવો એ આપણા બધાની જવાબદારી છે અને સેવા એ આપણો પરમ ધર્મ છે. જય જય.
Hi everyone, my name is Swani for people who don't know me. I guess EC has been very considerate now to recognize that our Sangh is growing and my parents always tell me that આપણે આપણું ઘર જેવી રીતે સજાવીએ for any festival, Mahavir Jayanti, Diwali, be it anything. I think the first priority should decorate our mandir, our temple, and for many of us I think this is our first home, if not first, at least second home. So I think the EC committee has been very generous and kind in recognizing that we need a team to set up this beautiful center that we have as we are growing as a Sangh, and we need to beautify this as much as possible and show our proud Bhagwan that we are here to welcome you and this is your house, this is our house. Being said that, we don't have a team right now, so of course yes, we are recruiting and we don't need to, you don't need to be creative. I am not creative either, but you see all these beautiful things that we have, all we need to do is put together in our own ways and make our center look beautiful, I guess. So any one of you who are interested in, I guess, helping us out, and again, we don't need girls or ladies in this team. We are more than happy to have guys because we need some manual power to lift boxes, to clean up, to put things down, to put it together. And if you see, every boxes are everywhere in the center right now. I and some other volunteers are trying to organize it, but I think we need some dedicated people to put this together, to have everything organized so the center doesn't look messy and Bhagwan will say, oh, my JSSD definitely George, it's decorated so nicely.
Jignesh is here around. I would like to know how he managed to get his list on top of the list for volunteers for decoration. Jignesh? Jignesh Toshi.
Everybody knows what I do. What I want to share is that sometimes if I'm very busy or I'm too tired, I don't feel like coming to play keyboard. But then I think that by me being here, if it is devotee's experience can be enhanced, I must go. And that's how I do. Second thing, for 5 years, I conducted keyboard classes with the hope that when I leave this world, at least there'll be somebody else here to replace and continue the keyboard. And I'm still hoping for it. But everyone is so busy with their daily life and what they're not. But I hope they'll practice and replace me when I'm gone. Thank you.
Jai Jinendra, I'm Parul Kothari and this is Tejan. We are the leads for Pathshala. Pathshala is a building block. It's a fundamental building block of Jain society. And from here, the kids, what they learn, they get so much more clarity in what they want to do in future from the message of Mahavir. And so that it resonates properly, what we try to do is present in our Pathshala the theory, the Agam, the Uttara, Sutra, whatever it is in a way that they can understand, with a concept, the way they can understand. We are not compromising, but we are also adding a new way. And that's why we have teachers here. Teachers are also newcomers. We do some training with the teachers. We have workshop for the teachers who are interested in being future teachers in our Pathshala. Also, we try to have the blend of new, young, and older with a experience but new ideas. Right now in our Pathshala, from level 1 to 7, everybody has a monitor, a TV. Why? Because today's day and generation, they resonate things that is explained through those ways and means. So we are very mindful of those things. But to build all of this also, we have created an atmosphere where if you come sometimes to Pathshala, if you are not already in Pathshala, you will see it's a thriving and it's excitement and happiness. Why? Because we as a team here also as a lead, we try to make sure that everyone is respected. And if anything we talk to them, it's not anytime pulling them down, but lifting them up. Not criticizing, showing the concern how we can move forward with solutions. So these are the basic reasons that our Pathshala is growing phenomenally in JSSD, and I'm proud of each and every one of you for that, in helping us make all the parents make Pathshala an amazing, unique place. And here also want to say that one uniqueness that we do is all the thanks to all the parents that they are helping us wash our own dishes and really caring for the environment. So there are many ways we can show that how Jainism is such an important part of our daily culture. And thanks Dinesh Bhai and Shushila Ben that as soon as we presented these ideas, we had 3 dishwashers. So also promoting somebody asked me that, hey, our kids are learning from here and going away and they are not coming back. But you know what? It's not true. Wherever they go, they are shining and there they are presenting. When I learned in India, in the sense, my mom did not know I was here or do some seva here. So we should not worry that what they are coming back here, but anywhere or anything, it's not only Jain society. They could be helping in environment, they could be helping somewhere else, promoting veganism, but they are shining. Our kids are shining. Our duty is to give them these values. And we also give them by doing simple exercise that you should have a smiling face. What does that do? Right away it relaxes other person when they meet them. That they are smiling. You are so at ease. And even your karma bandh is reduced. So these are the kind of little things that we are doing that helps us grow in a better fashion. I will give it to Tejal to quickly give a little more detail about it.
So just want to say that we have a total charter of 25 volunteers in Pathshala, so gratitude to all of them. However, if you're looking to join Pathshala for your kids or for yourself, we are open and we are here thanks to a lot of the people, a lot of the other sub-teams that just presented before, because of whom we have this amazing facility. So feel free to join us as a student, as a teacher, or as any other volunteer in our food committee or activity committee. We'd be happy to have you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you to all the volunteer teams. Fortunately, we are running a little bit short on time and we are already late, so I think we'll skip the Q&A part and we are going to move on to EC now. But one thing I want to say that each of these teams, when you look at it, they really are punching above their weight. When you look at the strength of the team and what they are accomplishing day in, day out, it is pretty amazing. I mean, they're really true examples of, you can put 1 and 1 together and it's not 2, it's 11. So give them a big applause. Alright, EC, please come on the stage. Sorry for the confusion. Yeah.
And while we're waiting,
Vardhan and Kunal.
so while we're waiting for EC to settle down, I would like to mention the China directors as well. Their name was on the slide, but I forgot to mention it. So Kokilanti, Priteshwara and Ajay Shah, they have been submitted as China directors. So a huge round of applause for them. And talking of China, I think we had sent a message out that I think the deadline is today or tomorrow for Tapasvis from Sangh to enter their name into their list. Yeah, I tell you about it.
Deadline is tomorrow.
Deadline is tomorrow.
And I have given the link on JSSD social. So any Tapasvi, you just fill out the form and Jaina arranges for a Tapasya Sanji all over the world for recognizing all the Tapasvis. So please send your name by tomorrow.
If you can't find the link, let me know and I can send it. It is also, it was posted in the official JSSD channel a few days ago. So so as you know, the term for this current EC is going to be ending soon. And so we wanted to do this little section here just to give you an idea about what we do, what it takes, and just to give you a little bit more insight into sort of the day-to-day working. We are obviously going to start recruiting the new EC very soon, and hopefully there'll be a lot more enthusiasm and participation. So we're also missing our president, our inspirational leader and the ideation man behind the current EC. So what we do, he had to travel to India on a health emergency, but we were able to get his video. So let's start with that, and then we'll invite Meghavi Ben here. She's going to be asking some questions to EC.
Jai Janata, JSSD Sangh, this is Manish, your president. I'm conveniently away from San Diego this weekend due to personal reasons, and I apologize for missing this very important event. First of all, Khub Badamulna to all the Tapasvis and our heartfelt appreciation to all the volunteers, without whom this and many other events that we have conducted throughout the year would not be possible. Reflecting on the past 2 years, I'm just so amazed how far we have come. Just a few years ago, when we acquired the center, we had outstanding loans of $500,000, and at this point, JSSD's strong $3 million organization, and the market value could be even higher. And beyond the financial growth, we have also seen remarkable rise in membership, donations, Pathshala activities and students, and even the scale and sophistication of all these events. And just to imagine that all of this happened without any paid employee is just a true testament to how great our song is. I wanted to say a few things about the EC team. As you know, our term comes to an end this December, and there'll be a new committee that will be formed pretty soon, post-elections. When we formed the team, we faced significant challenges coming off of the heels of COVID. We organized activities, we restarted some of the old activities. The team went through the normal phase of forming, storming, norming, and performing. And I truly believe that over the last 2 years, we have set and raised the bars almost on every event. Thanks to all the planning, support, dedication, hard work, and of course the deep commitment from everyone, including our Sangh members. I personally know what it takes to hold some of these events, and to not do 1 or 2, but almost 25 large events every year. That's just phenomenal, and would not be possible without Sangha. As I reflect on the last year, all the way from monthly pujas to Mahavir Janma Kalyanak, which by the way we started and finished on time, Paryushan, even the JCNY Chaitra Paripati, so many events conducted with all of your help, and so for that we are deeply thankful.
There's buffering. Go ahead. No, I think you can start.
My name is, for those who don't know me, my name is Meghavi Shah. Manisha is my better half, and I'm saying that because he's not here today. I've served on the committee before, back in 2011, 2012, we just purchased the property. So I know what it takes to give that 2-year commitment and the hard work. But times have changed since then. The Sangh has grown many-fold. So a big round of applause to our current EC. To keep pace with the growth, the center, and have 25 plus events takes dedication, diligence, and ton of hard work, support from the family. There are EC members who have young kids. They are taking time away from them to be here and be for the Sangh. So for the new members, really just to understand what it takes to be part of the EC, how many hours do you spend in a week supporting the Sangh? This is like if anyone has seen that iceberg picture with the tip of the iceberg above visible, that is what we see at an event. But the larger iceberg is below the water, where all behind the scenes all the work happens. I know for certain that they meet every Wednesday, because I'm told at 6 when I finish work, I'm told I have a meeting at 8 o'clock, which basically means make sure I have dinner before that. So you be ready. So just a few questions for the EC committee on what the last 2 years have been. We've had a full active 2 years after the pandemic. So there has been, the Sangh has been enthusiastic, the Sangh has been supported, but the planning work happens behind the scene. And so just a few questions to the EC committee, won't take up too much time. on what it has been, what the last 2 years have been, especially as their term is coming to an end, and really inspire new members to join the committee. So, couple of you, why did you join the EC back in 2023?
Yeah, this is my first tenure to EC, and when I first went to San Diego, Manish Bhai was the president in 2014, 2015. Since then I have seen many events, many things are happening. And this is one of the way for me, as Kunal also mentioned, a way to give to the community, give to the society where we all want to be, where we want our kids to be. And that also brings more connection towards the temple. That's more like personal, that I want my kid to come more temple, get more religiously attached. So that's my personal motive as well. And another motive is just to serve back. Yes, obviously I will support, like Aditi has supported me well back. I have a 2.5-year-old and I'm serving from last 2 years. She was 6 months old, Anisha. When I took that job and I debated her, I said, I want to do it. She said, you go for it, I will support you. So it's family support is very important for any event and for any, I would say, you do for the son.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you for everything you've done for the last 2 years. Go ahead, Vadan.
No, I have similar feelings where this was my first EC. I've been serving on the EV team for quite some time. So it was more of, again, giving back, understanding the back end stuff that goes into planning all these events and all the work that just, not just EV, but everything that goes in there. So I personally have learned a lot in the last 2 years and won't have happened without the support of my family for sure. But yeah, I hope to give the knowledge back to everybody so that we can keep growing.
Thank you.
Let me give an honest answer. I did not know that it's going to be this hard. That's why I joined. But no, I mean, this is my third EC. This is my first time that I'm actually an office bearer, and it's very gratifying. I mean, it's satisfying. What Gaurav mentioned, you always have to think about the next generation as well. I mean, how we can create that connection. And unless we do it by example, I mean, there are so many in the previous generation who are doing it by example. And unless you do that, it's not going to be, you can say all you want to your kids, but it doesn't really matter. So I also want to give an anecdote. I asked my dad once that you do pass, what is the significance of taking a pachkan, right? You can do the pass without the pachkan, but you can also do pass where we take the pachkan, and why? And the reason is once you make that commitment, once you take that oath, you are under commitment, and that's when it really matters, because then you don't have the option of backing out. Then you have to follow through with your commitment. And that's the same thing that once you sign up for EC, it is that commitment you have to follow through.
Thank you, gentlemen. Jatin is the point person for all the communication, so he's under the gun all the time.
So office bearer always take the top lead of like most effective. We are just there support. So we are supporting staff, they are the main staff.
I'm going to give a slightly different perspective to it. Obviously, the idea of giving back to community is common motivation for anyone who comes here to serve, whether on EC or there's so many other ways to serve, right? I'll give you a perspective from the point of view of personal growth. There are parts of brain that you exercise at work. There are other parts of brain you exercise at home, a lot more, I would say. But then, when you serve in a capacity like this, you are exercising part of a brain that would not get exercised at home or work. It's completely different. Being in a volunteer-driven organization where you do need to make decisions, you do need to serve in a capacity that you don't have an expertise on. When I took on treasurer, my only qualification was that I filed my own taxes, nothing else. I had no idea about finance, right? But something that it's a combination of what you know and what you can learn. It does not matter what capacity you serve in. It not need to be office bearer, it could be on MRIT, it could be on any other seva groups, AV team and so on. There's a opportunity for learning, there's a opportunity for personal growth.
Thank you, Sandeep.
Yes, just wanted to add a few points. Yeah, this EC team, from the beginning, what I have seen, anyway, this was my first time working with EC team. I have always served 10 years in the Pathshala, before that EC, and then right now I'm handling the Puja team as well. So yes, this EC team had started, everything was smooth, everything was going on. We executed a lot of activities in last 2 years. The most important highlight was Pratishtha event, and it was really very hard work, and everything we executed together. And it's not something we don't face challenges within ourselves, we do. But we try to find the solution also, get away with it, and move forward as a community members. And we focus on our own Jain values also, principles also. It's not something we are running an office here, not the corporate office. No politics. I don't like it, and I know I keep all of them in check. So yes, this is what it is, but loved working here, and we executed a lot of things, and proud of it.
Thank you. Just to add, it is an enriching experience, it is a fulfilling experience, and you learn things about yourself that you didn't know before. So I highly encourage and recommend folks who haven't served on the EC to join the EC. You'll form bonds that will last a lifetime. Yeah? How much time do you put in every week on an average?
So I'm gonna give a slightly roundabout answer to that. It's hard to say a number, but what we have tried to do as a committee is to see, we've scaled a lot, right? I mean, the first time I was in EC, this was I think in 2007, Lata Aunty Borashi was the president, and honestly it was a breeze. I mean, needed some commitment. We used to meet once a month, not once a week. So it was a very different level, didn't have our own facility at that point. So to now, which is, and then second time it was Jagruti Ben was the president and I wasn't the office bearer, but the work increased, and this time it was a lot more. But what we've recognized as the EC team is the only way to scale up is to put the processes in there. And so we've tried very hard to put different processes in there. How can we make it more, the wash, rinse, repeat type of cycle. But in a good week, I would say it's good as in like the lower commitment week is probably a few hours a week. This is probably the first year that I actually woke up early, not because of work, but because of JSSD work. So yeah, it's probably about, I'd say at least, on an average, it's probably between 5 and 10 hours a week. But again, I think more process we put in, the lower that number is going to start going.
Yeah, I would say that not so much in terms of the number of hours. I would like to mention that irrespective of how many hours you have to put in, there's a flexibility as well. There are times I had to travel for work, there are times I had to go on a media trip or whatever reason could make it, and same is true for others too. So as a team, we make things happen. If you're not there, someone else will pick up that work. So there's a flexibility as well. So no one should be thinking that, you are on the hook for something, right? I mean, every event, every time, life happens. Everyone from the EC, all the 9 members may not be available. Sometimes it will be 5, sometimes 7, sometimes 8, that's fine. So there's flexibility as well.
If I ask Krunal how much time, he probably spends more time here at the center than he does at home.
Frankly speaking, I never thought of counting how many hours I am putting. So first 8 hours for job, and then second, whatever left is first priority is JSSD. So I always have something in mind, like what things to be done, like what are the upcoming events, what are the all Sunday events coming and all. So yeah, once you get committed, I think you will get more involved and you will love to do it. That's what
that is very inspirational. So anyone looking to if you have even an inkling of a thought that I want to join this, I want to do seva, Kunal is the role model to follow. Do you need any specific skills or experience to join the EC?
No.
Yes, I think ownership and commitment, I would say. There's no it's attitude more than anything else.
Now, as Jatin was describing his earlier experiences, the thought going on in my mind is, man, Manish is a taskmaster.
All you need is a good leader. If you want to join EC team, make sure that when you are joining, who is the leader? For me, is 3-4 people, super. And my work is with the team. So all the newcomers coming, if you are tech savvy, please join it. Oldies like me, probably not good time.
Or become a leader.
I think in that sense, our team is very, very fortunate, as Sandeep said. Somebody has always stepped up, and people have taken different leads. So when it came time for the Camp Cedar Fall retreat, Gaurav said, I'm going to take that lead role, and he really put in so many hours trying to line everything up. So many little things, I mean, that really was all done. When it was Pratishtha last year, Avanti just kind of took it over and just drove it. So it really helped a lot. Vardhan has stepped up so many times. I mean, oh, this is not that, this is needed. So the team has been working basically in silence and under the hood. But yeah, I think, and that's really what you need. Sometimes it's also tolerance. You know, when you're going to have 9 people working in a team, people are going to say something to each other. Sometimes it hurts. But you know, we really have to understand the larger goal, what we are trying to achieve. And as long as we work in that spirit, things just happen.
Can someone join EC only for a year?
No, there are 2 years.
I think I would also actually not recommend doing that, because first year is the harder one. Second year is when you reap the rewards of your learnings.
Yes, that is
Good. Having said that, our term is for 2 years, but as you might have seen at the beginning of the year, we did send a request out for more people to join as an extended team. It's another we never got any response, but the opportunity was there. So who was asking the question? You had a chance.
Yeah, we did send it out for food volunteers and even tech help. Yes.
So one thing I apologize for that you have had to probably experience for the last 2 years, which is Manish's ideas.
Non-stop.
I've been living with him for 25 years, so I totally have my sympathy on that. He comes up with the ideas which you think really, really, and if you want to ask me, you can ask Mahek. But how do you bring consensus among the EC on those ideas and initiatives? You know, what to do, what not to do?
I think mostly it's okay, let's do it. We didn't
Next time Manish has an idea at home, I'm going to call you up.
It was never a bad idea. No problem.
Thank you, Ajay bhai.
I can answer one question. So, no, I mean, it is true. He's an ideas person, right? And sometimes he would say, like right before an event, and I'm cringing inside. Really, like one more thing, my to-do list, and that's already not getting done. But he does have a lot of good ideas. I mean, and I think a lot of this thing, I think he's been kind of leading it. Also, you know, you have to lead by example. So he has been the catch-all. Like people have not been able to do things. People have not been able to find this thing. He would just take it upon himself, and he will do it. So it's not that he is just sort of barking orders and everybody else has to execute it. But he steps up by himself and does it hands-on as well. So that makes it easy for us all and motivates us to do it.
One last question. How do you deal with shortage of volunteers?
We send out reminders until there is no shortage.
Thank you. That is it.
But just on a more serious note, we again, even for that, we found a streamlined process. Now, when you RSVP, we don't have to hunt for volunteers separately. And actually, in my phone, I have a list of volunteers signed up today. So I'm going to go and find them and hunt them down. So people, when they RSVP, they say that they're going to be volunteering for pre-setup or wind down and so on. So it has become a lot smoother that way, I would say.
For
So in summarizing, last 2 years you guys became expert and really good at that. So खूप अनुमोदना, please continue.
खूप अनुमोदना to the team for the last 2 years.
Two more years continue. It will solve lots of our problems. Thank you.
Thank you very much to the
I know we are a little bit over time. We are going to wrap it up in the next 5 to 10 minutes. I want to really. Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
So yes, we are 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes behind right now. So I'm going to just take a few minutes to thank all the donors, and then Jatin will wrap up by mentioning the next events. So if you can show the next. So for the OPEX levels, we have 4 different levels. Benefactor is the highest level, so बहुत अनुमोदना to. Next is our patrons level, which is 200, which is the traditional OPEX. So I've got all the names over here. Thank you so much. And the next is supporters and partners in 600 level and 365 $1.08 that we introduced this time. Thank you again. The next is the general donation. From a large number of people. Thank you so much. Dignitary hosting. We did not have that much of a dignitary hosting this time compared to last year, but we did have the fund step up to do that this year as well, so thank you. So again, this is the all fun coming together, stepping up. My only role here, my only work here has been to find these nice thank you emojis. Next. Swami Vatsal Labhartis. Again, every time there is RSVP, people step up and sponsor some money towards the Swami Vatsal. Thank you so much. New members, I know that you probably don't have a whole lot, many of them here, but if you can show the list. So we did have a good number of new members. So we had 180 last year, 178, this time we have 192, but then some members could not renew, so the number of people who are new to the JSSD is actually more than the difference between the absolute membership. Go to the next, please. Jatin, can you just quickly spend 2 minutes talking about the upcoming events?
Sure. Thanks, Sandeep. So, we are not done yet. Right? This year, so events and other items that's going to happen, if you can go to that slide. Just quickly. So, as Nathan Uncle already mentioned, we are going to send out the voting, the constitution voting. I'll send out an information email message today, and then the voting will start, will be between 4th and 6th of October. Then we have, I think already we talked about the Jaina Tapasvi Anumodna. So if you have not filled out, if you've done the big tapasya and not filled it out, please do so. On 18th, so earlier message said 4th, but on 18th we are going to have the JSSD Garbani. I think we've found a date that really doesn't clash with anything. 19th, we're going to have the Atma Siddhi Rachna Day, so we'll send out the information on that also pretty soon. Around 3rd week of October to end of October, we'll be sending out the invitations for the new EC. This is going to be under the new constitution, assuming the new constitution gets approved. Then Diwali Mela is on 26th of October. The JSSD Diwali celebration is going to be on 2nd. I think that is the Diwali day, so we're fortunate that's a weekend. And then Pathshala is going to have their Diwali celebration as well as the Gyan Pancham Puja on 3rd. So that's sort of, as you can see, we still have a lot of events lined up for the rest of the year. So this is, I was hoping more people are here, but talking about the ideation, this is still, I wanted to kind of give a heads up before I talk about what these are. There are 2 initiatives we are floating around, and we still need a lot more feedback. So anybody in the Sangh has any feedback on this, please let us know. So we're thinking of having like a setup and Unodri group, if you can go to the next slide. so you can read the text, and we will send out the slide deck so you can read it further. But the whole idea is that, you know, ladies essentially they're into food pretty much all the time at home and all that. So give them a break, have the pre-set up team in here, because that's one of the big things. Like in every event we need this. Every event we need setup, we need wind down team. And what happens is that the few people who are here, they're left with doing all that work. We have been calling cleaning ladies, so that has made it a little bit easier, but we want to have that dedicated team. So again, talking about the process so that it's automatic, right? Every time we have an event, there's a team that comes up, does the pre-setup, the team comes up, does the wind down, and other stuff. So we want to give ladies a break in this one, just as our gratitude to them, and so we are hoping for a men-only team, but again, it's all in works in progress. So any ideas that you have, please come up and let us know. And Unodari is sort of the side effect of that, so we're hoping, the one constant struggle is the amount of food we order. We get RSVP literally, like I think I saw one 11 a.m. today for today's event. We can't plan for something like that. But we want to be able to at least plan, so, and hopefully if we can do Unodari a little bit, that's, we're doing more than in that time. So second slide. This is another idea Manish Bhai has presented. Essentially, Washington DC Sun has done this I'm built up. They've been trying to build their temple for last 10 years, and they've had this I'm built up every day for last 10 years. So that's the chain that they have been doing, and we want to do something like that. We are hoping this multiplies our force and helps us energize the sun base, as well as helps us get to our goal of temple very soon and quickly. So those are the two initiatives. Anybody has ideas? These are still half-baked, but we didn't really have enough time brainstorming it. So, but we wanted to present here and incorporate any suggestions people may have. So with that, I think, let's say San Diego Sun ki Jai! Thank you so much. Thank you everyone.
Good job. Good job.
As usual.
Good. Barabar?
I'll come back to you.
Yes.
You did it?
Jump.
How are you?
That one time I've been doing.